I like my students to have an understanding of how they engage in and experience culture. So I teach them about the developmental model of intercultural sensitivity, otherwise known as DMIS. Hi, my name is Dr. Denise Erskine Meusa, and today we will discuss the DMIS. In 1986, Dr. Milton Bennett created 6 stages of the DMIS as a means for people to understand how they participate in and understand cultural difference. The DMIS consists of 2 parts. These 2 parts, or phases, are called ethnocentrism and ethno-relativism. Ethno-relativism takes place when we evaluate other people and their culture by using one's own culture as the standard of being. The ethnocentric stage consists of 3 categories, and they are denial, defense, and minimization. In the ethno-relative stage, however, it is the complete opposite of ethnocentrism. In this stage, individuals tend to be comfortable with cultural difference and can easily adapt themselves to behaviors, attitudes, values, and situations that are different from their own while maintaining an appreciation of their own culture. This phase consists of 3 categories, and they are acceptance, adaptation, and integration. Let's explore the ethnocentric stage first. We're going to start with the denial phase. An individual that is found within the denial phase is in denial that there are other ways of being in the world and can only see the world other than through their own lenses. Essentially, they use their worldview as the standard for evaluating other cultures. These individuals tend to stereotype others and to engage in conventionalized thinking and have a very narrow range of experience. An example of someone who might be in the denial stage is someone who may come from areas where they are intentionally isolated and or separate themselves within homogeneous groups. This might be someone who lives in an entirely white neighborhood or an entirely black neighborhood, for example. Someone at this stage tends to see others who are culturally different as inhumane or inhuman, less intelligent, or culturally deviant. Now that I've talked about the denial category within the ethnocentric stage, here is the second category, and it is called the defense stage. Within the defense stage, one's culture is considered the only way to live, and as a result, the person exudes great hostility toward cultures that are different. These individuals tend to feel their culture is threatened by difference and are highly defensive. An example of someone in the defense stage is someone who negatively evaluates other cultures that are different. This person may demonstrate cultural superiority by only discussing positive aspects of their own culture. They might say things like, "Why don't these people speak my language?" Or, "My culture should be the model for the rest of the world." Midway through the continuum is minimization. In minimization, an individual's own cultural worldview is considered to be the standard for all human existence. An example of this would be someone that sees all cultural groups as the same, or they're colorblind. When this happens, other groups are devalued because their unique differences are not respected. I must emphasize that all cultures are not the same, and they don't have to be. Now that I've given you the denial, defense, and minimization categories of the ethnocentric portion of the DMIS continuum, let's talk about the ethno-relativistic stage. Again, ethno-relativism is the opposite of ethnocentrism. The ethno-relativistic stage of the continuum has 3 categories, and they are acceptance, adaptation, and integration. Within the acceptance category, an individual accepts the reality that each cultural group has its own worldview. Now, within the adaptation stage, individuals show respect and empathy toward others and adapt personal behaviors according to the cultural context of a given situation. This person is developing cultural competence and sensitivity, as well as empathy toward cultures that are different from their own. So these individuals can easily adapt to situations where they can effectively engage in interpersonal communication with individuals from different cultures. In the 6th and final category of the continuum, the integration phase, One maintains one's culture while adapting to certain aspects of other cultures. This is the most fluid category of the continuum. This is a category in which one's experience of self is expanded to include the movement in and out of different worldviews. An individual at the integration stage or phase would be someone who embraces their culture and the culture of others. They accept the culture of others with no biases, which suggests that this person respects the uniqueness of any distinctive cultural group that is different from their own. Well, I've just described the developmental model of intercultural sensitivity, otherwise known as DMIS. Where are you within the continuum? Try to figure it out. It should be an enlightening exercise. If you like this video, please press the thumbs up tab and share it with others. One love, Dr. Denise.